everyone, this is Jennifoo. Those of you guys who are subscribed to my channel may know that I create polymer clay cane tutorials on a daily basis, and some of you guys may be wondering by now, what do I do with the canes I create on my channel? For one thing, I do not throw them away. I keep them in a Ziploc bag in a drawer and I wait until I get enough that visually look good together so I can combine them into a pattern. Assembling your canes together into a pattern can really visually enhance the design of your canes and add a layer of depth and personal expression. And in today's video, I'll show you how you can take some of the older canes you may have already learned how to create from my past videos and turn them into a completely new design, such as this flower, berry, and leaves cane you see here. If you're new to my channel or haven't seen those videos before, I'll link them in the description in case you wanted to make them after you're finished watching this tutorial. But the technique that I'm going to show you in this tutorial can work for any old canes you may have lying around in a box or drawer or wherever you stash them. So these are the individual canes I'll be using to create my pattern. A sunflower cane that was about 6 months old. I revived it by packing the crevices and reducing it to condition the clay. Then I created a smaller version of it to add some size variation in the pattern. The berry and leaf bundle canes are more recent, being about a month old at the time of making this video. I also created a smaller version of the leaf cane. Step 1. Prepare your canes. Before you start, you want to make sure each one of your canes are packed with the same color of background clay so that when they're combined together, it'll look smooth and seamless. For this video, I'm using Sculpey Primo White Translucent as the packing clay. Avoid making the packing clay too thick around the design as it may make it difficult to put certain pieces closer in proximity. You can always add more packing clay in between if you want some things farther apart. Step 2. Sketch your design. After your canes are packed with background clay, take a pen and a piece of paper and sketch how you want the items to be arranged together. For this tutorial, we're going to start by drawing a wide horizontal oval and then sketch the components within the oval. The oval shape will make things a lot easier later down the road. Step 3. Wake up canes. If you're using old canes, you may need to wake them up by repeatedly compressing and stretching it. This is so that the cane doesn't crumble or fracture as you're handling it. Step 4. Fine-tune adjustments. Now that you've reconditioned your cane, you want to make any adjustments to the shapes which might help them fit better together by referencing your sketch. If you're working with organic design like leaves, you can always pinch the stem to elongate it and influence the direction it's going. For instance, I want the stem of the leaf bundle cane to slightly wrap around the sunflower. I also do the same thing for the smaller leaf cane and pinch the bottom to make the pieces fit into each other more. I also work on the berry bundle cane to curve the stem as well because it makes it more interesting, and slightly customizing each of the individual pieces will make things look more cohesive as a whole. Step 5. Cane packing. After you've gotten something resembling the initial sketch you made, it's time to pack the holes and crevices to create an oval shape. To get started, make a slanted cut into a thick layer of packing clay. Flip it over onto the sheet and cut and set it off to the side. Then make another slanted cut, flip it over onto the sheet again and cut. Then take two pieces and mirror them so that it makes a triangular shape. Mine's a little imperfect, but it'll still work. Next, pinch the ends to smoothen it out and make it more pointed. Now you have a triangular cane that you can cut and reduce to fit into the triangular holes and crevices. I'm reducing it so that it can fit into the gap at the center. I also created more triangular pieces from that cane to fit into the other gaps as well, and just rectangular strips of packing clay cut with slanted edges for the other areas. Step 6. Reduce the cane. Once everything is packed, you want to compress and reduce your cane. How much you reduce it depends on what you desire and need for your project. Here, I'm just preserving a portion of the cane at a large scale because I like the way it's looking at this size. I continuously reduce the other piece so that I can easily divide it into 12 pieces. I had enough to reduce the entire cane into 12 inches, so all I had to do was make 1-inch slices. Step 7. Assemble slices to form pattern. Once you've cut your 12 pieces, you want to arrange them so that there's 3 in a row. You may have to stretch or shrink some of them to get them all the exact same height. After you have about 4 groups, we want to stack them on top of one another while staggering them in a zigzag form. Step 8. Form continuous pattern. Now here's a trick to make your cane into a continuous pattern. You want to slice off a portion off the top. It's easier if your shapes are more oval as opposed to circular like I had it. That way you have more wiggle room with the slicing. You just want to try and get a slither off of all 4 pieces, and then move those pieces to the bottom. Then you want to rotate it so that the side is facing the top. Then repeat the process, slicing off from the top and attaching that portion to the bottom. Step 9. Compress and reduce. Next, we want to compress all 4 sides to meld the pieces together and reduce your cane until you get it to the length you want. After it's at the size you want, you can cut all slices and assemble them together into a continuous pattern. This technique is a great way to make use of any old canes you may have by combining it with other canes in order to not only get more uses, but also to update the design and exercise your creativity. My hope is that this tutorial may inspire you with new ideas and possibilities for what you can do with your canes. Please give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new, and I'll see y'all next time.